Water leaks can lead to large amounts of water waste if left ignored. Yet, it can be difficult to understand how a leak that may seem small can lead to so much waste. After all, most water leaks seem so harmless. What may seem like a small amount of water waste can, in fact, multiply in minutes, hours, and days, leading to significant water waste. Visualizing the amount of water waste a leak can create can be tricky when all you have to look at are the small amounts of water coming out right in front of you. But measuring the amount of water being wasted in a leak to better understand what that looks like can be done. This requires finding the liquid volume of a water leak. Volume is the amount of space an object, in this case a liquid, takes up. Volume of liquids can be measured using different systems and units. You may already know about some of these units, which include cups, quarts, and gallons. We can also use milliliters to measure liquid volume. Milliliters, also abbreviated as ml, are a very small unit of measure. In fact, 1 milliliter is only about 20 drops of water. That seems like a tiny amount, but how is water waste impacted when leaks happen over long periods of time? To better understand milliliters, we can look at containers like bottles that we may already have at home. These containers typically come with a label showing the volume in milliliters they contain. These include canned beverages, water bottles, and jugs of milk. For example, canned beverages usually contain 355 milliliters in liquid. A common water bottle size is around 500 milliliters, and a gallon of milk is 3,750 milliliters. When you have a chance, take a look at labels from containers that hold liquid to see what the different measurements in milliliters look like in real life. Now, understanding how 100 milliliters or 1,000 milliliters look is helpful so we can better understand the amount of water that can be wasted with leaks. Let's practice understanding volume of water waste in milliliters using collected data from multiple water leaks around a home. In 1 minute, 45 drops were leaked from a kitchen sink. Knowing there are about 20 drops of water in 1 milliliter, how can we find the volume in milliliters of water leaked? We can use division. Division is when we split a number or quantity of something into equal groups. With division, we can actually find the amount of water waste in milliliters without even using a measuring tool. We can take 45 drops leaked and divide it by 20, since 20 is the number of drops per milliliters. There are many strategies to use when dividing. One strategy we will be focusing on is using the area model to divide. An area model is a rectangular diagram used to help us multiply or divide. You may be familiar with using area models when multiplying two numbers to find an area. This same strategy can be used to divide. After all, multiplication and division are inverse properties of each other. In other words, they undo each other. For this division problem, we can draw an area model by creating a rectangle with a total area of 45 and a side length of 20. To find the answer to our problem, we want to find the missing side length above. We can break apart, or partition, 45 into as many parts that are divisible by 20. In other words, multiples of 20. One way we can do this is by breaking 45 into 20, 20, and 5 left remaining. You can see that we still have 45 total here. The value has not changed, but now we can more easily divide. 20 divided by 20 is 1, and again, 20 divided by 20 is 1, and 5 divided by 20, we can't get a whole number, so that becomes our remainder, 5 out of 20, or 5/20ths. We can then add 1 plus 1 plus 5/20ths to get 2 and 5/20ths. Do you see another way we could have broken up 45? We could also break apart 45 by its place values. There are 4 tens, which have a value of 40, and 5 ones, which have a value of 5. Breaking up the number by its place values is another way you can partition your number, so you can always give it a try to see for yourself. And in this case, it does work. 40 divided by 20 is 2, and we still have our remainder of 5 to give us 2 and 5/20ths. Regardless of the approach we may take to break apart our area model, with accurate division we still get to the correct answer. In 1 minute, the kitchen faucet leaks 2 and 5/20ths milliliters of water. We can estimate that to be about 2 milliliters. This is what it looks like. It is easy to see 2 milliliters as a small amount. However, how does that change when we measure what is wasted in 1 hour? Let's take a look. The chart tells us that in 1 hour, this kitchen faucet leaked 2,700 drops of water. Again, we can take the total amount of drops leaked in 1 hour, 2,700, and divide it by the number of drops per milliliters, 20, to find out how many milliliters will leak in 1 hour. Using the area model strategy to show our division problem, we can write 2,700 as our total area with a side length of 20. We can divide 2,700 into smaller parts that are divisible by 20. I can do that by breaking it into 1,000, 1,000, 500, and 200. 1,000 divided by 20 is 50. 1,000 divided by 20 again is 50. 500 divided by 20 is 25, and 200 divided by 20 is 10. We can add all the parts to get the total volume in milliliters leaked from the kitchen faucet in 1 hour. 50 plus 50 plus 25 plus 10 equals 135. We can see that in 1 hour the kitchen faucet will leak 135 milliliters of water. That looks like this. Are there other area model approaches one can take with this division problem? There definitely are. We used division to find the volume of water waste in milliliters that occurred for this kitchen sink in 1 minute and 1 hour. We can see that the amount increased quickly. How much water waste do you think there will be in 1 day? Can you start to imagine what that may look like if this leak continues on for 1 week or even longer? We can relate the area model to the more common step-by-step way to solve a math problem, the standard algorithm. And you may be familiar with it already. It's one of many other strategies to divide that will lead us to the same answer. Practice finding the volume of water waste from each water source in the leaky taps data chart by using the area model strategy to divide. Remember, you can check your work along the way by multiplying the inverse of each division problem. Do remember there are many strategies, besides the area model and standard algorithm, that can be used to divide. Ultimately, choose what makes the most sense to help you find the volume of water waste in milliliters. Leaks can seem like they create small losses of water. However, now that you've seen how much water waste a leak can actually cause, what steps can you take when you notice a leak in and around your home? You can turn off any faucets that may not be shut off all the way. Let an adult know when more help is needed. And sometimes extra support is needed by experts such as a plumber.